On September 10th, 2025, London's air was heavy with anticipation. The city, always bustling, seemed to pause as news spread that something significant was unfolding behind palace walls. After 19 months of silence, King Charles III and Prince Harry finally met behind closed doors at Clarence House. The world had speculated for months, but only a handful knew the true weight of this moment. Their reunion, lasting just under an hour, was private. No cameras, no spectacle. Just a father and son seeking common ground. The atmosphere inside was tense but hopeful, as both men navigated years of distance and misunderstanding. Months earlier, Harry had reached out with a handwritten letter, bypassing royal protocol to express his wish to heal their rift. The letter, written in his own hand, was heartfelt and direct, a rare gesture in royal circles. The king, facing his own health battles, responded with openness, scheduling the meeting during Harry's UK visit for the Wellchild Awards. Despite his busy schedule and ongoing treatment, Charles made time for this crucial conversation. Unlike their brief, tense encounter in February 2024, this meeting was one-on-one. No Queen Camilla, no intermediaries. It was a deliberate choice, signaling a desire for honesty and vulnerability. The setting signaled a tentative trust, a willingness to move beyond past grievances. The quiet room, away from the public eye, allowed for words that might have been impossible elsewhere. Afterward, Harry's only public comment was that the king was great, a marked shift from his previous tell-alls. He offered no details, choosing restraint over revelation, and left the press guessing. Experts saw this as Harry's attempt to rebuild credibility and show he could be discreet. For a prince once known for public airing of grievances, this silence spoke volumes. The quiet diplomacy of this meeting hinted at a new chapter, one where family matters stayed private. It was a subtle but powerful message to both the public and the press. For the monarchy, this was more than a personal gesture. It was a calculated step toward healing and stability. The royal family, so often in the spotlight, showed that reconciliation could happen away from the cameras. The world watched, wondering if this fragile peace could hold. Headlines speculated and royal watchers debated what might come next for father and son. For now, the first bridge was built, not with grand gestures, but with a simple, honest conversation. In the end, it was a quiet moment that may shape the future of the royal family. The most telling detail at the royal reunion wasn't who made an appearance, but rather who was conspicuously missing from the gathering. Prince William was left out entirely, reportedly learning about the meeting only after it had already taken place. A striking indication of just how deep and unresolved the rift between the brothers has become. His absence was not just a scheduling oversight, but a deliberate choice that spoke volumes about the current state of royal family dynamics. King Charles made the decision to address his relationship with Harry separately, believing that a joint meeting with both sons would only risk inflaming old wounds and heightening tensions that have simmered for years. This compartmentalized approach allowed the king to focus on one fractured bond at a time, giving each relationship the attention and care it desperately needs, rather than forcing a confrontation that could backfire. Queen Camilla, who had been present at the previous meeting, chose to step aside this time, a subtle but significant gesture. By doing so, she signaled her trust in both Charles's ability to handle the delicate conversation and in Harry's willingness to engage honestly without outside influence. Now, the palace is watching closely. If any details of the private conversation were to leak to the press, the fragile progress made could quickly unravel, setting back any hope for reconciliation. By meeting Harry alone, Charles extended not just an olive branch, but also a test. Can Harry respect the boundaries of family privacy and keep sensitive matters out of the public eye? The future of their relationship, and perhaps the unity of the royal family itself, now depends on this fragile trust being honored. The ball is now in Harry's court, and the world is watching to see what he does next. King Charles's meeting with Harry was more than just a family moment. It was a carefully considered strategic move, aimed at securing the monarchy's future in a rapidly changing world. The significance of this encounter went far beyond personal reconciliation. It was about shaping the royal narrative for generations to come. His recent cancer diagnosis has sharpened his focus on both legacy and unity, making every decision feel more urgent and meaningful. The king is now more aware than ever of the importance of leaving behind a strong, united family and a stable institution. Royal experts emphasize that the monarchy's survival depends on projecting openness, adaptability, and a willingness to reconcile. In today's world, the royal family must be seen as relatable and responsive to public sentiment. The king's health crisis has made old grievances seem less important, providing a rare and powerful common ground for father and son to reconnect. It's a reminder that in the face of adversity, family bonds can be renewed. Charles's sense of urgency is both deeply personal and profoundly institutional. He seeks peace for himself, but also stability and continuity for the crown he represents. By reaching out to Harry, he hopes to set a positive example for William and perhaps even thaw the icy standoff between the brothers, paving the way for a more united royal family. There's also a deeply personal longing. Charles hasn't seen his grandchildren, Archie and Lilibet, in years, and the distance weighs heavily on him as a grandfather. Rebuilding ties with Harry is his only path to reconnecting with them and to healing old wounds that have divided the family. This meeting was a significant step toward healing, both for the royal family and for the monarchy as an institution, signaling hope for a more harmonious future. The king's legacy now hinges on whether this fragile progress can endure, shaping not only his reign, but the future of the royal family for years to come. Despite the father-son breakthrough, the divide between Harry and William remains vast. Their last public appearance together was marked by distance and tension. William's trust was shattered by Harry's memoir and interviews. He's not ready to forgive. The king's solo effort with Harry can't force a brotherly reconciliation. Experts agree any healing between the brothers will require time, apologies, and mutual effort. For now, Charles has built a bridge to Harry, but the one between his sons hasn't even begun. The royal family stands at a crossroads. One relationship cautiously mending, another still frozen. The next chapter depends on whether trust, once broken, can ever be restored.